Welcome to the lovely HP community and to anybody who's tuning in. I haven't decided what to title this, but for now, I'm going to be reading to you some of our channeled guidances from yesterday, and it's for today. Yesterday, very fascinating how channeling works. And as I have been sharing with my lovely community, I'm going to be doing more of it because I'm being called to it. And I still am quite shy. Oh, FYI, for as much as I am a perfectionist, due to lack of time, there's a lot of typos, misspellings, I even forget data. So just FYI, I'm attachment trauma informed. When I say data, I mean the good information I'm learning. Oh, and we do talk about relationships and so personalities and dating for people who want to actually know love. And I say actually because a lot of people they live the Pinocchio with the wooden body life. And that's where you find them saying that movies like Hangover, Mean Girls are actually how life is. So they say entertainment is life. And I say, no, no, that's actually people who don't want to do self help or pseudoscience lady bullshit and crap. So we have a naysayer, and I loved him for sharing with me what he did because he gave me a good episode. It took me 15, 20 minutes to realize I had made a, wasn't even a typo because I've been making a bunch of them. So you'll notice that in yesterday's short video where you find all of the guidance written out. I just finished correcting some of it. So FYI, you can go check out the community. I usually will post pictures and then there's also text. Okay, with that being said, I support those who want to be their self. I have been for a while, and what I've realized is a lot of people with secure attachment, they don't think they need any of it, and then they go and make shitty comments on people who are healing, like narcissists, or sociopaths, or anyone who's healing from childhood trauma. Yeah, so we have people who lack education in addition to having a big imagination for evil, and they obviously don't know about forensic criminology, and I don't like ignorance. But I am not a person who's knowledgeable about all. And since God taught me to be humble, I've been maintaining my humbleness and my humility, although some people say that's not what it looks like. And I know exactly to who I look like an evil bitch or an evil witch and why. And that's because my brain knows exactly what 3D 4D is all about. So, with that being said, if you want to be a real boy, real girl, real day, meaning you want to be a part of our lovely human species, I honor Jesus in my own unique way as a 5D mystic, and I already know that some people will not like me. They didn't like me as a 4-year-old, they didn't like me as a teenager, and I'm still apparently too serious. We had an episode for my lovely Order of Melchizedek, and I shared with you what it means when somebody is just distracting themselves and not taking note of being able to have the opportunity to expand. So you can go tune into that. It's an audio version only. And on that note, I'm also deciding how the calendar is going to work. So once we get to our 1K, there's going to be some calendar adjustments so that I can get started on other content. And for anybody who is interested, advice columnist episodes are for audio for now only. Then they'll be available on YouTube. One-to-one mentorship, and I'm in the process of getting our masterclass organized for groups to come together. So with that, thank you for sticking it through for 3 minutes, however you are, and however many of you are. Welcome to the 5D plane. It's really fun to know that it's all about being human. Well, believe me, when I got my clears, I was like, this isn't happening, Maria. Now you're not welcome in places that you love to go. Well, they might never know because I'm not an evil demon. I'm just a person who has secure attachment. I'm a restorative embodiment self, and I know forgiveness. Jesus taught it to me, and I really never understood teenagers, except for no, I do, because the thing that they told me about God is that he won't be believed in anytime some shit happens to someone. And he was right. He was very right, meaning the people that taught me this, I'm assuming it was a priest or someone from my catechism, because anytime any kid would come to me, they don't believe in God, but they believe in the devil and evil, it's like, wow, you don't believe in anything except for just the bad shit. Okay, and to this day at 44, people will crap on life, humans and everything, and say evil is the only thing that exists. And I don't say anything to them because I'm not going to use my time with Pinocchios with wooden bodies. It's very clear when you have limited consciousness. It's the minute you spit out shit that sounds like an adolescent, to me at least, and that's because I'm not an adolescent and I never enjoyed them to begin with. I learned quite quickly how unkind, and that means how immature emotionally, and they're still immature. So much so that you heard the story of the dude who's a person who I, for 3 consistent years, did not engage with at all. And I mean, I'm a grown woman now. The fact that a 50-plus-year-old man is drunk and actually has the capacity to do what seems really, I don't even know. This is where it's not about what do you do when somebody has stooped so low that they're literally and actively in a shitty, shitty situation. You can't make it any worse for them. It's this human being who decided to, take out his despair by pointing me out 3 times through the evening, taking salutations that I never wanted to offer him to begin with, a hug, and then he went ahead to try and say that we would become friends. And that's when I said, okay, enough is enough. And I just said, no, we're not going to become friends. Then no acquaintances. My head was doing this as he spoke from his mouth. Nope, we might meet each other here because we frequent the same place. That is about it. And that's when he said, you put up walls. And I'm like, no, I'm just letting you know how it's going to go. And that's exactly how it went. So the second time I saw him after that, I didn't say hello, as I had been not saying hello for consistently 3 years, people, 3. I don't know. Consistent contingent communication is exactly what says I mean it. I meant what I said the first time around. I'm continuing to do it. It's walking a walk and talking a talk. So some people see that as being stubborn or cold or whatever words they want to use. I know healthy boundaries, and I don't put up with people who need a crutch or want a babysitter because life is too fun to be around people who don't know emotional intelligence. It's not an intelligence to me. It's called, wow, don't you know how to... Okay, so let me be compassionate for a minute and remind myself I have a good relationship with my emotions. My mother didn't scare me. I don't feel ashamed of whining, crying within me, meaning whatever goes down, Maria, it's okay. And I don't do the God doesn't exist because evil exists. No, I actually told God about evil. I said human suffering, God, and now they're all surrounded by therapists. And then when I get really upset, I turn on my fire of Jesus's heart, by the way, and surround them even more with therapists. And then God says it's okay, and I'm going to stop using that word because I want to respect the 3D community who does not think of 5D mystics as anything except for, we all know, and polyamory. So, we're already there. It's unfortunate how people use their brain, only left mode. Did you know that, oh my gosh, this is a side note. I watched this guy, amazing video, I have to say. His theories are interesting. I don't know if I want to mention him right now because he didn't blow my mind away, but I'm contemplating how to re-listen to everything he said because, when you hear physics and neurophysics or whatever it is that he was talking about, I'm like, okay, he's kind of like Sabine. He's talking to me in English in a way that I can understand, but I don't quite understand just yet. I'm going to have to revisit it. I have some data, but not all data to really incorporate it. But I do understand that he's a minority from his community. And actually, he did make a very valid point, which is sciences people, if they're good sciences, and when they create their hypotheses and or however it is that the words work, it's if they can work to keep on either expanding it, something like that. But if you assume that it's a fact and that's it, basically, I got the truth, here it is, which by the way is all the adaptive child. So left mode brain people, they need to have one or another, which is why they're going to say, oh no, spirituality is true, oh no, sciences are true. And whenever you see that, it's like, okay, they both have truths. You obviously are uncomfortable with uncertainty. This is the one reason why you're not able to handle that there's truths in a little bit of everything. And then we do know, don't talk about flat earthers, please. Okay, I'm done with this. Let me read to you, and then we're going to move on to some other episodes for the day. Okay, so here's our message. And again, if you stuck it through, you're getting to know your host even better because I'm getting familiar with the camera. Don't get used to the visual because I'm not really sure how it's going to work when I'm traveling, but I will do my best to figure it out in time. Spiritual knowing. It comes through your voice, your throat chakra. It is a portal between universe and other dimensions. Oh, by the way, this is the part that I fucked up in you'll see it had the comma in wrong places and the wording just, I was like, what the hell? But I had a long day of consciousness, stream of consciousness. And when that happens, you're just writing and then it's like, okay, pause. And then I wanted to share it because I knew some people would want to see it because of the energies about and stuff like that. Okay, so It won't be the last time that I fuck up. It is a portal between universe and other dimensions, a portal that merges points between universes and all types of beings. Beings that get to pass through here, through your voice, and enter our universe as the guiding intelligence that oversees the universe. It comes through them and you with your voice. The guiding intelligence is with us at all times, and the vision and experience of being imbued in the celestial light, which is guiding intelligence, universal love, God, Akash, consciousness. But it's not nightmares. It's not lower energy stuff. That's from people who still have trauma, FYI, and we're not going to go there right now. And seeing it at work has a deep effect on our sense of place and trust in universal order. Now, I'd like you to remember that I'm sharing with you my subjective experience. I'm a channeler. I'm a mystic. This is not a truth. It's one voice out of many voices. And I'm a human translator, self-help, personal development. So consciousness is what I'm doing. Mouth, I'm thinking with my left, and I have emotions with my right, and I'm an integrated brain. So what I've understood from my lovely Daniel Siegel in my course, Consciousness and Change, which I appreciate because that way it makes it tangible. And that's what I appreciate about all my good sciences people, which is why this other dude, yeah, he's great and dandy, but his way of formulating what he has shared creates a lot of other situations. And like Daniel said in my course, where he's presenting, some of what I'm sharing with you is from studies. So the mindfulness practices. That's because studies are showing how it brings integration of the brain. Others, he says, are not. This way I'm connecting things. That's how a person who wants to empower you with anything and make it tangible will do, which 4D don't do. They just keep talking to you about DNA upgrades. You don't get DNA fucking upgrades. You have shit come up, and if you don't process it, which is what people have been doing, I've been in this ascension mode since 2007. I've been watching people continue to just be Pinocchios with wooden bodies. I'm just letting y'all know. I mean, and the people with the mantles, oh, they're cute. I love seeing them prancing around, having fun, great and dandy. I just thought that they would figure something out about themselves, you know. And again, I'm doing me. But you see all the different groups as we explore the earth, right? From afar, no, from YouTube. Thank goodness for social media. I get to see everything I want. All of it. I love being online because really, once I go out, I'm busy. I'm busy with my big man, baby child friend. You guys met him. I shared an Italian video. You should watch it if you're a regular viewer. He's hilarious. You're going to see. You don't understand? Don't worry. Come, I'll translate. But anyways, okay, let me read so that we can move forward today. As the universe and other dimensions merge, becoming one through our voice, they balance our throat chakra, healing the loss of faith and trust in our lovely people on earth. So the 5D collective is here as people who know that consciousness is not we don't talk about it like it's an entity. Beings, don't talk about it like they actually exist. Until we actually can shake a hand, it's not because the body has to be there. I'm just saying, you either are part of reality in the sense of I have history books and, you know, we stay in the round earth people, or you're going to venture off into an echo chamber with this word consciousness and self. So I bring to you the human element. And that's why spiritual and spirituality, they come together too. The elements are subject matters. And I am focused on supporting people who want to be a real boy, real girl, real they, mystics, and people. Mystics are different because we expand beyond our own solo self. I've had a gazillion and more past life regression, downloads, Akashic record readings, you name what I've seen, what I've been through, and what I will be through and not been through in any way, shape, or form as, oh my God, no, not even remotely close. My body's a secure attachment body. I'm a person who's grounded in my humanity. I don't have out-of-body experiences. Even with the panic attacks, I've consistently maintained my prefrontal cortex online. I've seen people when they're offline. I can tell when somebody's in their dorsal vagal. It confuses me. It confuses me because I'm feeling a body that's there, a person who's hearing me, but I feel like there's nobody there. So if I'm on the phone and I'm perceiving nothingness, I'm like, okay, wait. And I then need to recalibrate, differentiate, and remind myself, oh, you're talking to that person. Remember, they do this thing where they switch on and off. And that's because of childhood trauma that people will switch on and off until they become self-aware enough and accountable to where they can self-regulate. And they can do that if they learn about their different nervous system responses. That's the point. So people who do pay attention to all the good information that is online will say, "Oh, I want to do that too." They won't be around flaunting how to, yeah, they won't be with mantles, is what I'm going to say. And we'll get to that one, another one. But I've seen the mantles of mental health, the mantles of spirituality, the mantles of everything, and they just use words and prance around with their left mode. And nobody's growing that inner child because nobody's processing what comes up as a grown up. They all just look adolescent, but they're fizzling out because their sympathetic is all over it. I've seen people in courses and their modulated embodied experience as we're being taught very important aspects of why we want to move to restorative embodiment. Yeah, this brought me back to my master's years when I saw disrespect in the classroom. And my bachelor's years, I just didn't realize that people don't know how emotions and thoughts are not irrefutable facts, one. And I didn't realize people were so oblivious to their own inner world, meaning that they didn't know how to share the floor. It's because I have a twin. I guess that's what it is. But it's also because my ears heard. My ears didn't have to hear. My ears could have shut down. I could have remained in a, "Oh, we're all different. Nobody understands us," which I noticed all teenagers doing. And I said, well, this sounds like a pity party. We're not really different. I mean, yes, we are, but not in this way. I mean, this way just seems like we're complaining about our family. Of course, they don't get us. It's family. We have an intimate relationship. We're always assuming things. It's not about not getting it. It's that you're always near each other. So that's what happens when you're self-aware, accountable, regulating, and you love people unconditionally. Oh, with flaws and imperfections, which is what we do here. Our new earth, again, it is awakened, and it is awakened in you and I, the 5D collective, heart and mind. And it awakens leaders in leadership to expand in consciousness through their heart, their mind, and their body. Harmonization is very important. And with our lovely sciences and spirituality coming together, we're going to see expanding consciousness leaders. It's about time, the ones who are actual, emotional, mental, intelligent human beings, and physically. So, achieving emotional and mental intelligence through self-awareness as expanding pieces of consciousness, human beings who are physically aware of living a life of meaning and connection beyond the solo self. That's here, the true spirituality journey, my lovely viewers and listeners. The emotional multidimensional awareness of the heart, and so the plexus is cleansed and cleared. Using the sacral clearly now, you can manifest the new path that you are on as part of the 5D collective who seeks out to achieve and continue a life of secure attachment, healthy self-worth, functional adult integration of the brain, and restorative embodiment. So those of you who use the social engagement system in your day-to-day life and relationships, or that you want to. And I made some other typos here, so I'm going to pause us. That way I can fix what I have erroneously written, and then we can also have another episode so that you can have time to process the information. Again, you can look on the community for the written out messages today and yesterday, and I will try to update some of it. I might not get to all of it. Thank you for stopping by. Like, share, and subscribe, and have a great day.